Science jerks. Science jerks. Science jerks. The rate of change in acceleration of science. Science jerks.
Welcome to the Science Jerks. I'm one of your hosts, Dave Chacho. With me, as always, is my co-host, Robert Chan. What's up, Chan?
Not much. How about you, man?
I was not prepared for that question.
100% a lie. I know how things are going with you, but I just did that because I'm on a podcast and I feel like, I owe something to the listeners.
Do you have to bat that question back?
Yeah.
Was it the not much a lie, too?
Also a lie. Yeah. There are a lot of things going on, none of which we will discuss here.
Moving on, then. We are here with another very special guest in the podcast kitchen.
Very special guest?
Pretty special guest.
I mean...
Should we be quantifying our guests?
Well, you said another, so that would imply that there were more than one very special guest. If you're going to say very, I think we should reserve it for someone super special.
I was
Call
implying
everybody
that-
else a special guest.
Let's let him quantify his speciality-ness.
Agreed.
Please welcome to the podcast, Benny Arthur.
Hi, I'm a very special guest.
Oh,
Benny
are you
Arthur.
now? Are you
Yes.
now?
How
Really?
much?
Do you know
Yes.
who the other guests were? Do you know how special they were?
Well, first of all, Dan Bannis, jerk.
Good
Big
point.
time
Yeah, good
jerk.
point. Yeah, okay.
Everyone knows that.
Big jerk.
Compared
Big
to him,
jerk.
Compared to him, yes, you are very special.
Okay.
So you would put yourself specialer than Dan Bannis.
More specialer than Dan Bannis.
Our first guest was Rebecca Lieb. Would you say you're more or less special than Rebecca Lieb?
Way more special than Rebecca Lee.
Interesting.
All right. So our
Yeah.
our most special guest to date.
Perhaps the very special was warranted.
Yeah.
However, I am going to have to check with both Rebecca and Dan to see how they feel. I suspect they may have similar feelings in that they also feel that they're the most special of our guests.
Should me,
Only one of them's right, though.
should me, Rebecca, and Dan all fight for who's
Yes.
more special?
Why is this a question? Why are you asking that with the uptick at the end, suggesting that there would be some other option? Thunderdome.
We
about
Thunderdome.
Twitter flame war.
3 people enter, 1 person leaves. Thunderdome.
But
That kind of thing.
on Twitter.
On Twitter.
3 people enter Twitter, only one of them leaves.
There are a lot of Thunderdomes going on right now, then, because there are a lot more than 3 people.
Just as long as Tina Turner sings a song while we do battle, I'm good.
We don't need another podcast.
Break a deal, face the wheel.
Bust a deal. Yeah, don't you front. Benny,
Now-
who are you?
Who
How about
am I?
we do the actual introduction of the guest rather than spin off into...
No, let's talk about Mad Max
Let's talk
Beyond
about Mad Max.
Thunderdome.
Do you think you
Now
could really
they-
power a city with pig shit?
Absolutely.
Yes. It's totally
A
believable.
post-apocalyptic city.
If they had that technology way back then in the post-apocalypse, why don't we have that technology now?
Because you can't have cable run on pig shit. If we had to choose between destroying the Earth or living a sustainable existence without cable...
Watching Breaking Bad.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm taking the destroy the Earth.
See you in
do
hell,
this.
Mother Nature.
I will stick my dick into the Earth just to show it who's boss.
Wow.
Also,
To be
the
honest,
Earth would probably...
just do that anyway.
I do have landscaping tools for that purpose. Yes.
To
Make the
fuck
punk-
the earth.
punk, make those little holes in the
Yeah.
in your lawn for aerating.
Okay.
They're just about the right size.
Can you get a cock-sized one?
for me anyway?
Okay, so you're talking about how small your dick is now?
I am not the special guest here.
Okay.
There's nothing
Because
special about
I
me.
myself, as a special guest, huge dick.
Yeah.
Big dick.
That is the reason why we have you on the show. It's like, Dave, find me someone with an enormous penis. Bring him on the show.
Benny Arthur. Yes.
The riddle technology.
This could not have happened soon enough for me. A London startup has gotten 700 grand in funding,
700 grand of what? Pounds? Dollars?
dollars,
Deutschmarks.
US dollars, for pee-controlled video games in urinals.
You're confused as to why someone would not have paid $700,000 for P Mario.
This is the easiest money that these investors have ever made, because there's no way that there's not going to be video games over every single urinal in the world in the future.
Why? Why?
Because it's the digital age.
Yeah. You get bored while you're pissing.
How long?
Like I want to play Street Fighter.
Every man already plays pee video games, right?
Yeah.
By peeing things off the side of the urinal or in the bowl.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're peeing, right? Why is it?
No, it's
how is
not.
it taking this long to make it electronic?
This is a problem that I have with just I feel like it's more American culture specifically, but also the places. Too much time in the bathroom. People bring magazines in to sit down and take a dump, and this is not specifically that. But if you need to do other things while you're peeing for 30 seconds, then there is a problem with your attention span. There's something broken in your neurophysiology.
It could cause a problem where I just will not want to stop peeing.
Well,
I want to keep playing this.
Yeah.
Like, when you're taking a dump and you're playing Angry Birds and you're like,
Nope.
oh shit,
That
a
is
half
not a-
hour just passed.
You play Angry Birds while you take a dump?
Are there people that do not play Angry Birds while they take a dump?
Not
What
me.
do you do?
I just focus on the dump, bro.
Really?
I'm like really
does it take that
focused.
much of
Yeah.
concentration?
Oh yeah.
If I am on that toilet for longer than 90 seconds, something is terribly, terribly wrong.
Who takes 90-second dumps? You need a therapist or something.
That's how long it takes for a normal bowel movement to go from
That's
inside your body to
downtime. That's
outside.
retreat time. That's like, recharge and decompress from your day.
There is no
It's
point.
hide from the office time.
There is no point during my day where I want to be smelling shit.
You're not living.
That is not what.
I had no idea when I picked this story, by the way, that I was just going to go right into toilet humor immediately. This is
Real
below
quick.
our standards.
Real quick though, because I am curious. Now, do you control the video game with your urine flow?
Yes.
Is that part of it?
Is it a directional
Like,
thing?
It's a directional thing. There's a video of it looks really fun, actually. A
Jesus.
snowboarding game.
No, that does not sound
There's
like
a snowboarding
fun.
game, and you go back at left and right, and you bank your snowboard, and it's like a first person. Like
How do you do tricks?
You flip the stream over
flip.
your head.
Okay.
Now, do you play against other people?
No, I wouldn't want to be in the
God.
urinal next to somebody
Oh,
playing one of these games, because I
Yeah.
feel like you could get like too excited and maybe
But-
Come all over the urinal. Is that what you're saying?
No, but that has happened. There's also a Japanese company that has a two-player
Street-
version. It looks like Street Fighter,
Yeah.
and these guys are shooting
God,
milk
no.
from their noses at each other, and the strongest stream wins. The strongest stream of milk shooting from nose. And and somebody won, and
You
somebody
win.
died of milk stream.
Unnecessary.
Now, what?
It says here, well, this is all in Japanese, but I read on a different...
Well, read it, Dave, in Japanese.
Oh, it's Sega. Sega has these things called toilets, which are Toy. That's in a delicious pun. You are playing against the previous occupant of the urinal. So whoever was in there before you, they were shooting their stream, and then you go in and you're playing against them.
See, I expect this from Japan. I expect them to fetishize every creepy thing you can possibly imagine. I do not expect that from the UK. I do not
Isn't it
expect
about
that from anywhere
time?
that uses pound sterling as currency. They
Yeah.
should be above that. I imagine surely that there's some god-awful roadhouse in Texas somewhere where people are just itching to get their jerk on in a fucking public bathroom to play video games to. I am appalled.
There are
It is
case studies.
repugnant.
There's case studies on their website. This is captivemedia.co.uk.
Case studies
Ca-
for what?
Basically, so these video games are made to sell beer. That's their whole point. There's beer commercials in them in between the game. And
Oh, I thought
Obviously, you drank beer, you're gonna piss way more.
So you're gonna
Exactly.
get better at the game.
And there's
It's like leveling
They
up.
showed that they switched the beer that they're advertising advertising on a daily basis, and the advertised beer gets a 22% bump in sales that day. And they were saying something about shots that they were advertising getting like a 50% more sales because of if you just peed it, you want to go
I
buy
find it hard to argue that.
Can you play like classic arcade games like Burger Time or like Super Mario
pee
Bros?
on Donkey Kong.
Pee on Donkey Kong.
Petris.
Rampage. Can you play Rampage?
Pee down the buildings. I wish, man. There's so
Yeah.
many opportunities here. This is going to be the new app market.
Yeah.
What kind of games or maybe productivity apps?
How about apps where you piss on your phone?
And then it finds you a date on OkCupid.
Hey, let me check my OkCupid profile real quick. I gotta see who's nearby.
Please keep your dick in your pants when you do it.
I have not had my dick in my pants this whole time.
Playtechnology.
So I thought this story was interesting. Then I found out that Dave is actually concerned about this. Rogue planets. We've
This is
speculated.
terrifying to
we've
me.
speculated for a while now, not us specifically, but just science in general, that there are a lot
We've
of
spent a
rogue
lot of
planets.
nights sitting around speculating on rogue planets, I have to admit.
You guys called me the other night and were like, Benny, what do you think about Rogue Planet?
Can you just speculate with us for a few minutes?
And then I said, well, if there was one and it crashed into the Earth, that would not be cool.
It would suck. It would
Yeah,
be like
it would
be like
suck.
Armageddon, only not as shitty.
Well,
or like-
hopefully Bruce Willis is there to save us.
To blow
And-
up a planet
yeah.
headed towards us.
And Aerosmith writes a shitty song.
Melancholia was scarier to me than any horror movie I've ever seen.
Okay, so now we have some framework for what you're terrified of, and this probably doesn't rank for most people.
So wait, Dave. Okay, you're not afraid of like not being able to pay rent or like not having work.
I can't pay rent, so I'm not really afraid of it because it's already
Okay,
it's true.
but rogue planets. That's the one thing that you're scared of most of all.
You know why? Because we can't see them. I mean, it's really hard to find them. We found this one kind of on a fluke, and that the fact that there's one out there, and I don't know how many we found, maybe like a handful, like 7 to 10.
Yeah, because they're really hard to find because they're a fucking they're a
that
big
means
ball of
they're
rock.
out there.
They're a
Yeah.
big ball
There's
of rock.
more out there,
Yeah.
and this one is 10 times the size of Jupiter.
Whoa.
That
okay.
means like there could be one 10 days away, and we would not even know it.
Not 10 days away, for fuck's sake. It's not like we're
It could be.
blind to them completely. No, that is not the case.
If it was really fast, if it was
If it were going at a
Flying
fraction of the speed
through
of light,
the
and
cosmos.
it were 10 times the size of Jupiter, we would see it. We would see
there would be I guess there would be a hole in the number of stars that we could see, and that would be growing and growing.
Where'd the moon
But
go?
the point once you saw it, it would be like well, there's nothing we can do now.
There is speculation that there may be as many rogue planets out there as there are stars, but again, it's one of those.
Jesus.
Yes, in the galaxy, in our galaxy, which is to say many millions or billions. But of course, the other side of that is that the amount of empty space in between each star is monstrous. It is immense, and really, that is not a concern. It's interesting in terms of cosmology because we're wondering like how often does this happen? How long are there rogue planets? Was Pluto, for example, a rogue planet? Is the moon a result of a rogue planet crashing into Earth? There's speculation that is what happened, or some large object.
real quick, what goes into a rogue planet? Because a solar system's created with like
Here's the thing.
and the gravity of the star like attracts the planets, right?
Well, no, what happens is there's a star and it's spinning around and there's an accretion disk of like stuff coming off the star that spits out like on a disk, and then it sort of cools down and then
Okay.
it clumps together and it forms planets. there's an interesting thing. A guy named David Nizvarny at the Southwest Research Institute. He was doing some digital modeling, and he couldn't figure out why the planets were the way they were. He, go back to the beginning, just like model all the way back, and it didn't quite work. Why was Jupiter closer and Saturn and Uranus farther away? Why was that placement? It wasn't working out. And then he dropped in a fifth gas giant, just like out there, and it turns out that if you model that there was another large planet out there.
That's the asteroid belt?
No, that got jostled and flung out completely.
Oh.
Then everything else makes sense why it is there now.
Okay.
So it is entirely possible that there is an orphan planet out there that was ours once.
Oh.
That we just slingshotted at another solar system.
Off. And that
there might be a melancholia happening somewhere in another galaxy that we are responsible for.
Yes, us human beings.
One of my favorite things of this story is that the telescope that found this rogue planet is Canada, France, Hawaii telescope. That's the name of it. The Canada, the France, the Hawaii telescope.
Canada-France-Hawaii, yes.
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 Yeah.
That's how they work these days.
That's how they work.
France and Hawaii and Canada finally getting along.
I'm glad that they're working together to find rogue planets.
Years and decades of acrimony. And
Canada called France and Hawaii up one day and was like, I'm really concerned about rogue planets.
Is this a concern to you, too, Hawaii?
Let's bury the hatchet. Hawaii, we forgive you for always trying to look at our underpants. Canada, you're basically half France anyway, so let's
bigger than France, but somehow half France.
Right? No, they're half French.
Yeah.
But
like a geographical.
In a geographical sense, they're like a gajillion times bigger.
Yes, way bigger than France.
But also much better cheeses over in France.
Oh, yeah.
So it kind of balances out.
Yeah.
We'll give you those 10 million square kilometers, and we'll keep the camembert.
Yeah.
Most of them are covered in ice anyway. But not for long.
Oh,
not for long.
It's going to be covered by a goddamn rogue planet pretty soon.
Correspondent Jessica Lee.
Chacho and Chan here with Benny Arthur still, and correspondent Jessica Lee to tell us a story. Hey, Jess, how you doing?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good,
Jess.
Drop some science on us, girl.
Oh, man. The big story that's taking over my life and my industry right now is Obama's data mining operations that happened in the election. So I work in marketing, and I have always said that nobody knows how people are going to vote, behave, purchase things other than marketers. So Obama was really smart, and he hired some really major marketing firms, people who ran campaigns for McDonald's and for Ralph's and grocery stores to just
They
basically marketed
Obama as a hamburger.
Oh yeah.
Like they were sitting around their little boardrooms and they're like, all right, stop coming up with jingles, things that rhyme with pickle. We need things that rhyme with Obama.
Would you like this candidate better if he was a little bit whiter, or
that sounds like hot or not now?
You got 2 buns, special sauce,
2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese.
Special sauce is the key part.
I would like to buy the entire world and Obama. That's a McDonald's. Right. No? Okay.
Stop.
And we're McDonald's down.
Yeah. Basically, the Obama data crunchers were spot on. Just the way that, if somebody's running a campaign for Dick's Sporting Goods, they know exactly who's looking at their side. They know exactly how users are behaving. They know what jerseys, what teams, what geographic location you're at, what your gender is. They know all these demographics, and they're just really smart at targeting how to persuade you to purchase or to vote or to go somewhere or another. So Romney thought he was all smart with these Bain guys, with his, data crunchers, but they were totally, totally wrong.
Partially because they were artificially inflating the numbers by claiming that everybody else was overpolling Democrats, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just slap on another 7 points to our polls."
Whoa, you are claiming that Romney kind of embellished on something?
Yeah.
What? No way.
I don't know if this opens me up to a lawsuit, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there are Republicans who were lying.
What? Republicans
They don't lie.
No.
I'm also I would step in here and say that like marketing's all well and good, but if you have the same marketing company trying to market a hamburger versus a marketing company trying to market a bucket of shit, the hamburger is almost always going to win.
No, I
like
disagree.
buckets of shit.
There you go. We got one
That's
purchaser.
one. That's one.
guy who will convert. No, I mean there's all sorts of ways you could figure out people's demographics and just based on all the online data, just from your Facebook, your Twitter, any self-identified data, anything from your Google Plus profile, anything. If you ever use Gmail, you probably have a Google profile and you don't know about it. So there are all these ways to get demographic information that you have no idea is out there. They can grab your IP address, they can figure out your geolocation and be like, who is in the market for a bucket of shit? So maybe males.
This guy, Benny.
Yeah,
is
many are there.
I feel he's going to skew our numbers now when we could try to go to advertisers. Like, well, it looks like your target demo are people who are into buckets of shit. And on that day, I'm going to be cursing your name, Benny.
Just because our guests
Just like my
buckets of
parents every day since I was born.
Oh, we wanted a hamburger, and look what we got instead.
We got this.
shit. Is that,
Let's reel this in.
so what does this mean for the future?
Well, what this means is suddenly me in the marketing field, part of my job is to do all this data mining, is to take demographic information and just keyword searches on Google. And
Wait a minute, is this turning into a pitch for
No, find me on LinkedIn, guys. I'm available to
Goddamn,
consult.
We've been duped.
That is the first LinkedIn plug we've ever gotten on
That is the
show.
first LinkedIn plug I've ever heard in my life, outside of my spam.
Outside
folder.
of the
can
fucking
connect.
spam they send me.
You can send me an in-mail.
You're saying things I don't
Oh,
even
okay.
recognize.
Basically, the really interesting thing is that in my own personal life, right after Obama won, suddenly my colleagues and I are just being contacted by people running campaigns. So I've already been contacted by people running in LA councilman campaigns. My colleagues have been contacted by other people in other states running like local campaigns coming up in 2014. So suddenly, like, marketing is
it
now
all
going
Republicans like panicking? Like, do you have data on non-white people?
There are
We've
numbers.
never talked to any non-white people ever.
There are people doing math out there. We need to find them and ask them what it is.
It turns out there's more non-white people in this country than we thought. And
Unfortunately, that's pretty much what's happening on Fox News.
Yeah.
It
You're pretty
is.
much right, Chacho, about this whole panic that's happening.
That's
So
kind
yes,
of what O'Reilly was saying the other day. Is like, it's not just the white people anymore. It's not just old white men in charge.
Wait, O'Reilly said that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in
well, a lot of
similar
actually,
words.
A lot of them are saying that. Romney just did a thing a day. He was talking to his donors and saying that the reason why he won is because
yeah.
he told
Yeah.
the blacks, he gave gifts to the blacks and Latinos. I'm like,
Yeah.
Out of
Yeah, I saw
touch.
that.
That's-
I saw a lot of people post that on Facebook.
well, that's
What's
that's where you
Facebook?
should get your news.
All my news comes
That's
from
a place.
Facebook.
That's a place that where you can put your LinkedIn links.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah.
I can share all my Forbes articles.
Who let the 1%er in here?
It's time for a quiz.
It's time for a quiz. We have very special guest quiz master, Jessica Lee.
Hey guys, you ready to get rocked?
Fuck yeah, bro.
I don't know where that came from.
Some lingering Def Leppard in you.
I think so. Is it the 90s?
Looking forward to getting rocked.
All right, let's do this. Question 1. Which organelle is known as the cell's brain?
Oh God.
I will give you multiple choice.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
You said organelle and I was already gone.
It's a female of organ. Think of it that way.
Oh, it's a cute
A,
little girl.
yeah, the
organ.
little clitoris. A, ribosome. B, nucleus. C, mitochondrion. D, funny bone. Got it?
Okay, and the answer is.
B, nucleus.
What?
Did we all get that right?
Yeah.
Boom.
What? We know ourselves.
1 to 1.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Take that, everyone who's
Science.
not in this room.
Take that,
Yeah.
science.
Question 2. Which of the following is not part of a bacterial cell? A, nucleus. B, protein. C, ribosome, D, cytoplasm. The answer is A, nucleus.
What?
You got?
Yeah, I got
I'm
it.
gonna high five you for that.
What?
Question 3. What is apoptosis? A type of death that resembles suicide. B, the popping sound cells make when they die. C, the type of cell division that produces daughter cells. D, the type of cell death that occurs as the result of traumatic injury or exposure to toxic chemicals. Chan probably knows.
I probably do. I'm gonna feel like such an asshole if I don't. Though.
Everyone have an
I
answer?
never took organic chem.
The answer is A, type of death that resembles suicide.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Bitches.
No?
And by bitches, I mean
I thought
Benny
that was too
Arthur.
obvious. I thought that was too obvious. Sorry.
So you went for the popping noise?
Yes.
That was.
Wow, that
Can you give an example, Chan or Chacho, of what apoptosis would look like?
It's
pop
what,
pop.
It's what's
Ptosis.
supposed to happen to cancer cells, and the reason why, and them not doing it is what is cancer. Like when a cell goes bad, it's supposed to kill itself,
Right.
so it doesn't replicate. But
Hey, yeah, actually, when we had my brother on our last podcast, he's doing cancer research. He might have said this word, but he said that garlic and bee pollen are good for causing cancer cell death.
Actually, it was a beehive product called propolis.
so if you have cancer, the lesson here: rub garlic on it.
What
rub
if-
bees all over your cancer.
What if I have breast cancer?
Rub bees. on
Rub
it.
bees on my breast.
I
Got it.
will pay you $40 right now, cancer or no, to rub bees on your
That
breast.
sounds like Howard Stern, Chan. You're going to get sued. Question 4. The largest human cell by volume is the egg. True or false? 50% chance, guys.
Is it organic? Is it the brown or the white?
Free range eggs.
What's the answer?
The answer is true.
Oh,
True.
What?
Chacho's a bitch.
What?
Chacho's a bitch.
Damn it. Didn't take organic chem, guys.
Next question.
We're going to change gears a little bit. This is another multiple choice question. According to the World Health Organization's Cancer Agency, the most probable cause of cancer is A, diesel fumes, B, dust, C, petrol exhaust, or D, cigarette smoke.
Exhaust from patrols? You don't know how to pronounce petrol?
Petrol, you're right. So I thought I read this wrong.
I heard it was petrol.
Petrol.
What's the answer?
A, diesel fumes.
I knew it. I was like,
Really?
What'd you guys
it had to be
guess?
some. I guessed C.
I said dust just because it seemed so weird.
Yeah, like one of it had to either
Like,
be
why
like
would
the
it
first
be-
or the
why would they
second
say
one. What'd you have?
Cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also seems probable.
We picked
So we
all
all-
the wrong ones.
Yeah.
We are the
We're
worst.
all dumbasses.
And that's our first quiz segment.
Yeah. Totaling up the scores, Chan got 3, Chacho got 2, Benny got 3. It's a tight game. You'll have to tune into next episode to find out who wins it all.
To be continued. Like Back to the Future.
Criminology.
This story gets weirder and weirder the more I read about it. John McAfee, the guy who founded and I guess invented the first McAfee virus scan
Isn't it
software.
pronounced McAfee?
You're
You're freaking me out because
today.
one of my favorite authors when I was a youngster was Anne McCaffrey.
I thought that was pronounced McFly. Are you sure that's not McFly?
Is this a story about Back to the Future 2?
That's called a callback.
Let's settle on a pronunciation now. We're going with
McFly.
McAfee.
Make it
McAfee.
So basically, it's a
Just
sandwich
from
that you can
McDonald's.
get with a value menu.
John
Okay.
McAfee.
Get through
Dude
the
is
day.
on the run and on
In
the lam
Belize.
in Belize.
Whoa.
Maybe
Do you believe in life after love?
this just happened like
Thank you, Cher.
like 2 days before we're recording this. So by the time this airs, maybe more will have happened. But what seems to have happened is, first of all, he left. He took his millions of dollars and went to Belize because he didn't want to pay American taxes. So
That sounds normal.
fuck him anyway.
Wait a minute. Why didn't he just run for president?
We're getting
Politics.
political in this shit.
Boom! Just
Hell
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
Drop that
that,
mic. Drop that
Romney.
mic.
Political science on your ass.
Mitt Romney is listening to this and a little single tear just running down his cheek.
Yeah.
If I had known,
What if I I could have gone to Belize.
if I was president, I never would have had to listen to podcasts.
All right,
So there was another American there, his neighbor in Belize. They had beachfront property, both of them. McAfee has like 10 dogs or something. The neighbors didn't like his dogs. Somebody
turned him in?
Somebody poisoned. No, somebody fucking killed his dogs.
What? Whoa.
What?
Somebody poisoned his dogs this past weekend. And then mysteriously, his neighbor, one of the people who complained about his dogs a lot, complained to the city council about his dogs, in fact, showed up with a bullet in his head. And instead of.
Well, here's the thing.
Instead-
This is South America, where that shit happens on the regular. Like, if you're not murdered by drug cartels, you're probably going to get murdered by
the police.
an angry pet owner.
Well, McAfee says that it's the police that murdered the guy, and they want him too. He's on the run, which looks
Wait a minute, he's on the run
suspicious.
from the police or from the state?
From the police.
Didn't he go to Belize to get away from, so he wouldn't be
America.
extradited from the U.S.?
No. The murder happened in Belize,
Right, but why was he
and
in
he's
the first
still
place?
in Belize.
Why was he in the first place?
He went there to avoid paying taxes just because he's dead.
Okay, so he's just he wasn't like on the run from the IRS.
No,
or
no,
anything.
no.
He was just like fuck.
He was
this,
just
I'm
like,
out.
I made my money. I don't want to contribute to
Okay,
society.
fair enough.
So, okay.
Okay.
Fine. Go to Belize. But then his neighbor turned out dead. The same day, 4 of his dogs got murdered. And he went on the run rather than cooperate with the police.
Oh wait a
And
minute! Oh,
his-
the police killed the dude separate from the dog incident, and then they killed the dogs probably because they were barking because they were shooting the dude.
Well, the police say that McAfee killed the dude. McAfee says the police killed the dude to frame him because they don't like Americans.
Right.
He
There's no side to take in this because
Yeah.
I am almost certain that the South American police are horrible human beings, but also this dude, John
there's probably some good ones, but yeah,
MacArthur, is
but
also a
by and
jerk.
large, the stories of Belize police are not all cheerful.
It does rhyme though. Police.
But apparently,
Well, yeah, if you really slant the rhyme, like police.
yeah. I mean, maybe it'll make a good song someday.
Yeah.
Please tell me now.
Police, got me out
So,
of my bed.
okay,
Police, me
now that we got all of that on the open, I want you guys to please go back and explain everything again to me.
So
because-
there's more weird things. Like after his neighbor was murdered and the police came over to McFly's house to find him, he said he buried himself in the sand. They live on the beach, remember?
He said that.
He said he buried himself in the
himself.
sand. By the way, this guy's doing cell phone interviews from an undisclosed location.
I saw
In
that
some-
video.
some
I saw that
basement.
video.
Of what?
Yes.
The cell phone interview?
Yeah, the cell phone interview. Well, I can watch all of it because it's 23 minutes. But yeah.
Apparently, he's got a burner that he can use to call the states and talk about his case.
Sure.
Anyway, when the police came, he buried himself in the sand and covered the bit of his head that he didn't bury in a cardboard box, and like watched the police raid his house from
Good
underneath
God.
this cardboard box.
Why?
So the police were like, "Hey, there's a cardboard box over there."
Just
We've
hanging
searched
out.
the entire house except for that one cardboard box.
I'm sure he's not.
He's not
He's
small
not
enough
that
to fit
smart.
in there.
Yeah. Well,
Well, the weirder thing is that he planned ahead and dug himself a hole in the beach.
Yeah, how much time
Yeah.
did he have? Why don't you just run for it rather than taking out a shovel and digging a hole and burying yourself? There's so many weird things that don't make sense.
I think this makes total sense. You know, just Yeah.
That's another way to look at it, is that it makes complete and total sense.
Whenever the police come to raid my house, I'm like, yeah, I'm going out to the parking deck. I'm going
With a
dig
jackhammer?
a hole. Yeah,
Jackhammering up
dig a hole.
concrete.
Yeah, put cardboard box over my head. I'll be set.
They always get me when I do that. I may be skipping some steps. I mean, I put a cardboard box over my head, and they always find me.
By the way, he has 10 dogs, and not all of them were murdered.
Oh, there's still 6
So-
of them. Those poor things.
Right.
Are they getting fed?
I don't know, but while he was underneath the cardboard box, were there like 6
they do
dogs
it cell
just like
phones?
sniffing
Yeah.
around the box?
Hey,
Like,
Dad.
Get
Hey,
away!
Dad. Hey,
Get
Dad.
away!
Are we
Get
having-
away! Get away! Get away! Get away!
Want to play ball now? Can we play ball now?
No, go away.
Also, they do a cell phone interview while under the cardboard box.
I'm under a box right now.
There's a policeman 10 feet away from me. I don't think he can hear me.
Hey, Jose.
Oh,
Do you notice that the box over there is talking?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just one of them American talking bots.
wait, but police, they sound like Germans now?
Jawohl, mein Führer, we cannot find McAfee.
But that's our show.
Hey, thanks for joining us. That's our show for now. Benny Arthur, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Benny.
It was fun.
Most very special guest to date.
The mostest very specialist guest this ever.
We're going to need to come up with new terms to describe the specialness of our guests after
Yes.
this.
No,
Maximal
The Uber
of
specialist.
Maximalist specialist.
Maximum Overdrive.
Mrs. Osborne.
Join us on our next episode. Benny will be back to complete the science quiz and talk about some more stories.
Boom, boom, boom.
In the meantime,
Yay.
where can we find you, Benny? You're on
In
Twitter,
and Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burgers,
Usually,
just
yeah.
hanging out, or,
Just hanging out.
are you working there now? They give you a job? Or
Well, I go there enough. They should give me a job. So
is that the
no.
one on Orange, on Hollywood and Orange, or the one on?
Fuck yeah, bro. I'm keeping it real, Hollywood style.
You really made it, dude. You made it to Hollywood. In-N-Out Burger.
Is it what? At Benny Arthur?
Facebook or Twitter?
I mean, if you really want a lot of Facebook friends, then by all means.
So sorry. Yeah, it's just Benny Arthur. That's my handle.
BENNIE.
Yes.
BENNY. Because there are a lot of Benny Hill fans that listen to the show, so they might go for the BENNY.
Get confused.
Get something
Yeah.
totally different.
Oh,
like,
dude, they
why isn't he
had
playing
Benny
Nephi
Hill on that show.
On,
So-
yeah, yes.
on the podcast,
Yes, on the
Benny Hill.
You can tell because
Wow.
when we introduce you, we'll be playing the yakety sax music.
Yeah, I follow
gonna make
Benny
any
Hill
sense.
on Twitter just so I can read. That's a lot of N's.
You can find us at ScienceJerks.com or at the Science Jerks on Twitter. We're on Facebook too, I guess. Just search for
Yeah,
Science Jerks.
Facebook, Twitter. You
You
can
guys
email
are
us.
on the Facebook.
We are
all
on
of
the
the Facebooks. We're
all
all
over
the
the place.
fuck over the place.
And you know
on
what?
Facebook.
Fucking go ahead and add me as a friend on Facebook because I need more Facebook friends. I need the validation.
I don't recommend it,
Please
but
help me.
you can email me at chacho@sciencejerks.com or Chan at sciencejerks.com.
Chan at Chan Science.
You're going to
Chan.
email Chan at sciencejerks.com.
Gotcha. Also, I'm at 999 RPMs on Twitter.
At
And
Dave
you're-
Chacho.
You want to spell that for him?
Nope.
Okay. Find it on the goddamn website.
Sound it
Don't
out,
be lazy
folks.
listeners. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Tough love. Tough love.
Tough love. Tough love.
See you next time.
Bye. Yo, my name is Benny, and I'm here to say I like Fruity Pebbles in a major way.
Fruity marshmallow crispies, lots of fruity marshmallow shapes. If you snap and crackle poppin' over lots of fruit taste. Fruity marshmallow crispies, orange, lemon, raspberry, grape, it's snap, crackle, and poppin' over lots of fruit taste.
My name is Geet, and I'm a hip hopper, man. I love these blue blockers.
Oh, yeah.